Well, when I'm in Chicago, there's only one place, there's only one person to get together with, my pal Jake Hamilton, you know.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.
And Mr. Hanks, I'm going to start with you. All 5 of your collaborations with Mr. Zemeckis on paper have aspects of them that I feel like sound crazy. We're going to show you talking to JFK. You're going to be on an island alone with a volleyball. You're going to do motion capture for 6 different characters. You're going to bring an iconic Disney character to life. And with this film, you're going to do one movie all in one location in one shot. I want you to think about the 5 times that your phone lit up and said Bob Zemeckis and he had a movie pitch on the other end. Which of those 5 pitches most made you say, what the hell are you talking about? We're going to do what?
None of them, absolutely none of them. It's like some combination that goes on between a possibility and what the story could be, and then the theme of what we're going to be examining, and then after that comes in whatever way that Bob comes up in order to shoot it in a way that's never been done before. I can't tell you how often we've been on a set and there's some beat we're trying to capture on film. And Bob goes, I don't know, we gotta shoot. How are we going to shoot this? And I said, well, what if we just do this and do that and we get it done? And Bob will say, well, hell, anybody could do that. So there is this desire not to do something just for the sake of the fireworks that goes along with it, but what is this new, unique way in order to capture this moment in this story using something that maybe no one has ever imagined before.
And we're so thankful for it because they're stepping stones to incredible stories, which is what it's all about. This movie is such a beautiful and really humbling reminder of how we can all be affected by one single spot on this planet, the power that spot can hold. You both have acted on some of the most amazing sets and sound stages and real world locations around this planet. What is the single spot on this earth you would say most affected one of your performances in a movie and maybe even you as an actor?
Ooh, wow, man. Where do you...
I have yours.
What?
Would it be Saving Private Ryan?
Oh, that would be, yeah.
That's a biggie. Castaway, maybe?
That would be a thing. But, you know, there's this, yeah, without a doubt. But then there's this other thing that entered. We made here in Pinewood on such a specific historic place. It literally is it is the birthplace of cinema. These 4, are there 4 stages or whatever?
Yep.
And you can go back and these movies that were made starting in like 1932. So we're actually kind of like shooting in the cathedral a little bit.
Oh yeah, all the James Bond was shot there, and it's still that time period. The buildings, beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Almost deco.
All the things that mind the steps, you know, that's a sign that was painted, you know, for David Niven back in 1934 or something like that. And there we are doing our, you know, our kooky things. We walk in with our tea and our thermoses and said, how are we going to shoot this, Bob? In a spot where literally, I mean, Noel Coward and Alec Guinness and all the greats worked in this very, very same space.
The walls were breathing all the secrets they held.
I think there were ghosts because the radio in my dressing room kept going on by itself.
Okay,
yeah,
yes,
yeah,
see.
Yeah.
And I love that because that's the spirit of this movie is that you leave a house and someone else moves in and they make their own memories. And I think that is Pinewood. My God, the stories that studio must hold. I host a series in Chicago called The Moments That Made Us, where I look back at some of the most iconic movie scenes of all time with the people who made them possible. Recently, Mr. Coppola came on the show to talk about The Godfather. I've had a few people. I would be stupid, since it is the 30th anniversary, to not bring up the very first scene that you two have together in Forrest Gump, which is, of course, the iconic Run, Forrest, Run scene. I'd love to just get your perspective. We've seen that scene so many times, but what is it about that scene that you guys remember both being together, shooting that scene, that moment, that day?
Was that the first thing that we did?
It was,
Yeah.
Because they were making fun of Forrest.
Right.
On the bus.
We were walking back from school.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Is that when the thugs in the pickup truck
and they were coming to get you?
Oh, I remember because I get hit by a rock. Like we're sitting there then. And there, look, I was doing what the script said, and you were saying what the script said to say.
No, it was all there on the page.
Yeah. and it turns out to be this thing that I think maybe it was like, we just keep using that. Let's just say that, run for it. Let's keep doing that, let's just keep throwing that in there.
Well, it's so funny. Mr. Zemeckis just told me the other day that like he came to you on the set. You guys were shooting Vietnam scenes, Mr. Hanks, and said, "Hey, really quick, can we shoot this? You at Jenny's grave?" And just like you having to pivot like that blows my mind.
Yeah, well, that's the beast, man. Don't you?
Yeah, but you're an animal. I mean, we did not have room on the schedule for Tom to be able to go run across the United States as Forrest. So it was like, no lunch period for you. We're going to take a sandwich. And they would go out with B camera.
Yeah.
Right? And you guys would just film Forrest running wherever they could get it.
But then also we have that, like that when we're running around inside the reflecting pond, in Washington, D.C., you're not allowed to go there. And yet here we are doing this thing, and you're wearing a coat that weighs 600 pounds anyway, and then it gets wet on top of that, There's so many moments there where I sometimes don't you say, hey, is this legal for us to do it like that? Are we allowed by law to be making this movie here?
I could do this all day. Guys, I love this movie with all my heart. I told the studio how much I love it. Miss Wright is always an honor. And Mr. Hanks, I end every interview by saying that you are my favorite actor of all time. I love movies because I was sat down in front of a TV and had your films on VHS in front of me. And you have been very, very, very kind to me for a very long time. You had dinner with me in Chicago, and I just want you to know how much I cherish you and I love you and I appreciate you.
Well, when I'm in Chicago, there's only one person to get together with, my pal Jake Hamilton, and his show Hubba Hubba. I don't know what the name of the show is.
We'll it.
Hubba Hubba.
We'll do it again.
Guys, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Where we're going, we don't need roads.